think two interesting things have happened. One, we clearly know that as of November or December last year, we've already touched about 205 odd million internet users, which is very interesting because now we're very close to the US number, and I think by now maybe we've overtaken it. By summer of this year, predictions say we'll be close to about 230, 240 million internet users, which is a very healthy growth number. I think what is more interesting than just the number growing is that people are spending more time on the internet, which is very important because usage of internet is going, which means there is more content consumption on the internet. People are using the internet obviously for more services rather than just their ticket bookings or movie bookings. So for marketers and companies, I think that is a very interesting trend. One, internet users are growing, and more importantly, their time spent on the internet, their usage and engagement with the internet is growing. And the third thing, I think mobile is a big revolution. Because a lot of people are now accessing the internet actually through the mobile phones, and soon we will have a lot of people who would have experienced the internet through their smartphones or their mobile phones and tablets and not really through the PC. For the last 4 to 5 months, we can see, actually the last 2 months, we can see jobs going up on the site. We can see IT, which is a very large white collar employment industry in India. We can see their numbers going up, and therefore we can see a lot of IT hiring happening now. We can also see sectors like oil and gas, pharma growing healthily. Insurance and telecom, which had taken a very big beating about a year back, there are, I won't say have revived, but one can see signs of revival even in telecom and insurance. But IT and ITES are definitely up, and we can see that the number of jobs that come onto the site, we can see a healthy growth. So the growth is not a double-digit growth. What is happening is unlike maybe 2009, 2010, when suddenly jobs had really fallen and therefore we saw growth upwards of 20%, 30% in the number of jobs, but we can see the growth steadily in single digits. And while we are watching the numbers every day, I think we bring out an index called the Naukri Jobs Peak Index, which is basically a monthly index which is taken out on jobs both sectorally and based on location and experience levels. And that index has actually been pretty much stable in the last 2-3 months. And I can see that the index, I think, for January seems to be slightly higher than December. So things are moving up. And jobs are seeing at least single-digit growths. Over the years, one thing I can see, and we have multiple portals. So we've got Shiksha, which is an education portal. We have Jeevansathi, which is a matrimony portal. We have 99 Acres, which is a real estate portal, and of course Naukri. What I've seen very interestingly is that the acceptance of online is growing. So while I think today jobs have actually moved online and moved away from print, because we can see that supplements are only shrinking day by day and portals are growing, and they have become a first choice now for everybody. I can also see very interesting trends actually in the matrimony market. So about 5 years from now, a lot of people didn't openly come and tell you, I have a profile that is posted on a matrimony portal. A lot of parents, a lot of profiles actually used it as a last source of finding a match rather than in the first set of sources. Over the last 2-3 years, the acceptance by parents, which is a target audience which is not that much online and it is not really the youth of today, that has grown tremendously, which is very interesting to see because that reflects a socio-economic trend, because Jeevansathi, it's a societal, socio-economic trend, and I can see acceptance in not only tier 1 metro towns, but acceptance in tier 2 towns where parents are coming on to online and telling their children, why don't you post your profile on, say, a Jeevansathi or any other matrimony portal for that case. So that's a very interesting trend, that the acceptability of online matrimony is growing up and it is coming in your first set of choices now rather than the last set. A lot of people are moving away from, so while family and friends will always remain and should always remain, but now it has become where print was maybe, people are coming on. So that is very interesting. The other thing is that, like I said, overall, and I would not specifically say that for our businesses, but overall people are spending more time. Overall people are open to actually coming online and using online as their first set of choice for services. Or even if we look at while e-commerce might not be very large, so credit card transactions might not have not gone 5x, but if you see the number of orders that people are getting now from all over the country is very healthy. They might be cash on delivery or whatever, but at least people, that means, are open to using online as a medium and accessing these things. So I think that is that's the change that one can see over the years, that not only is it percolating the youth, but it is also going upwards and moving upwards. And I think the smartphone and apps like WhatsApp, etc., have really kind of got even the slightly older generation to adapt to the online media, so social media sites, etc. So people are quite open to online now. The fact that there are Indians who are actually on such senior positions in global companies today talks of the fact that the talent obviously is good talent. It is a talent which is respected for what it is getting to the table rather than just the skin color. I think that is changing, because there are enough banks, enough companies which are now being run by Indians, which is very interesting, because you've had Indians on the board for the first time, you have Indian CEOs for the first time of global companies. And while, of course, like you rightly said, tech and science and doctors and nurses, and to quite an extent, I think even teachers in maths and science in countries like New Zealand and Australia were dominated by Indians. I think even management talent now is getting full recognition, and they are running very big global conglomerates. So I think there is obviously respect for Indian talent beyond just the IT sector, and it's feeding a lot of countries, like you rightly said. And what is interesting for me personally is that I can see a lot of them coming back and contributing to this country, in the country, and starting actually doing job creation and wealth creation, because a lot of them have come back with rich experience. Because we cannot deny the fact that a lot of the Western countries are far ahead of us when it comes to technology, but they're getting it back, and they're starting companies here, they're spreading awareness. So that is very interesting to see. We have all multinationals setting up shop here. We have different companies coming here. And I think if you look at the newspaper, in the last 10 days, we've had Indian startups being bought up by Google, by Facebook. And today in the news is another startup that another American company is interested in. So I think you can't ignore Brand India any longer. We've seen how the IT revolution really made us move there. It is really with the coming on of the IT industry that we really saw a lot of technical people who are serving in many countries, and a lot of them in America. So software, I think, is where the whole revolution started. So a lot of technical talent is there, a lot of that talent is going out, a lot of people are now setting shops. If you look at the entrepreneurial climate, and you look at the number of people who have come back and started their own startups in analytics, in the knowledge field, there's a huge number. Bangalore is full of them. So I think it's a vibrant, changing times, vibrant, growing, and you can't really ignore it.